RSL Random Fan Podcast. We go through your deepest, your darkest. All of your fears are coming true.
All right, let's get started with the lineup. It's the first time we've done this.
Yeah, you know, we're still rookies.
Yeah.
It's not like I have a degree in journalism or something. MBA.
You do?
I have an MBA. But
In journalism?
No.
Oh.
That's business. MBA. And the B is business.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a degree in hard knocks.
Ooh.
Construction worker that read a book or two. That's about it.
Nice.
So, all right, starting lineup.
You're more well-read than I am anyways. Cabral in goal.
Keep going.
Wall, the Wasatch. Our MVP. Isn't
All right.
that sad, though? Anyway, go ahead.
All right, Caliscan on the right, Justin Glad, Brian Vera, Sam Junka, who looks like he's kind of surpassed Catranis
He's
there.
the starting left back again.
Gozo Anelli, Ruiz, Gonsalves. Oh,
And then up top,
Yes.
we had the two noobs, Cruz and Olatunji. Is that how you say it?
Olatunji, yeah, I believe
Olatunji.
Nigerian.
Okay.
And Cruz is from?
Brazil.
All right, so the two new guys up top. And then on the bench, we had Brian Ojeda, Johnny. I don't get a lot of minutes. Russell, and we don't know why.
Like Johnny Russell. Like you're from Scotland.
With very few minutes. Willie Agata, Tyler Wolf, Philip Quinton, Max Kirkliev, and Alex Catranis, and Dominic. I used to play for RSL, Mark Chuk, and Aryath Piol.
I know, right? Why doesn't Mark Chuk play for us anymore? Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Brent. Yeah, so there's the lineup. I think that's a good bench too. It's about the best lineup we can put out there. Now, you said Mark Chuk's out, right? He's not in the starting lineup. Do you think this would have been a good chance for him? Or is like Diogo's hot streak over now? Like, we got a lot of questions we got to discuss today, Brent.
Well, first, while I was trying to catch up with you there and listen to whatever it is you were saying, I
know.
it was really great, and I appreciate it.
So many questions, no answers.
But
don't worry, RSL doesn't have any answers either.
That's the point I wanted to get to. I think we want to lay it out right from the start. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to kind of ditto from last week, right?
Yeah.
Similar stories, but
we got to start with...
I think we just need to lay down the law and just let people know that RSL is just not that good. That's where we're coming from. RSL
is
not a great team
right now.
They're on the border of the playoffs, which is like saying...
where we lived for years.
Yeah.
Right? Like ever since Kyle Beckerman and Nick Raimondo retired, we kind of live at that end of the playoff line. Right?
Which is a really terrible place to be for the most part. I get where people want to believe that, hey, you know, we're going to make the playoffs and that's always fun.
Right. But that's the whole climax of the year. It's either, hey, we made the playoffs, there's a chance. And
it's like telling people you have a Mustang, but then it's like a Mustang 2.
Yeah.
From the 70s.
Yeah, or those crappy boxy 80s ones. Horrible.
Yeah.
So early 80s? No.
Or it's like having one of those Porsche 914s.
Yeah. Or you could have 911 or a 944. Come on, man.
Yeah, and you get like a 6-cylinder with 85 horsepower or something. Anyway.
Or you have a Camaro, but it's a 6-seater.
Six-seater Camaro. Or like a 77 Camaro like I had in high school. So
gutless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a Camaro. Bitchin' Camaro. So, yeah, I don't think we want to get too far. I know people getting all kinds of wound up on...
well, we started the game strong. Right?
Yeah, we did.
We started real strong. And went right down, and Gozo had a good chance. He knocked it into Cruz, who, you know, we kind of had a pretty good combo to start off. They were still doing, like, the lineups when this happened. Gozo gets to the end, like, crosses it back into Cruz. Cruz turns to knock it across, and Tim Ream's arm is out, and it's coming in. It's moving in towards his thigh, but it's out. And the handball rule sucks. Like, the way the handball rule is written, it's basically written like this. If the handball is on a national team player, just don't call it. and like move on with life, right? If it's on like Chump, some bad guy, like if it was on Caliscan, if that same play happens and it's Caliscan, who's like a 9-time starter, versus Tim Ream, who's played his whole career, then that's an easy handball. Nobody complains. It's a penalty, and we're up 1-0.
Or you can be falling backwards and hits your arm like Willie got it this year, and
right, and
that's a handball.
Yeah, that's a handball.
But I think we want to emphasize,
but
though,
you have to head it off of his arm
Yeah.
for it to really count.
Yeah, but we will also want to emphasize RSL sucks at the moment. So
right. that's not lost in this conversation.
no, we want to make sure we don't want to be.
Because that's our best chance of the game right there.
Yeah, I don't want people saying, "Oh, you guys are blaming the refs." Like, no.
Yes.
If RSL, if RSL was just a little better,
then we
wouldn't be talking about this.
Who would care?
Who would care? Because RSL,
we would have come back and won 2-1.
And even if RSL goes up 1-0, 3 minutes in, what does that mean?
It means that we're probably going to lose.
2-1.
We're probably going to take the foot off the gas, put in 5 defenders. Go get Nick Beasler from somewhere and play him as center back. Like, no. Anyway.
Yeah, all that means is RSL is going to lose 2-1.
Right.
That's what it means.
But if we get a second goal, now, I mean.
When do we get a second goal?
Well, we have. We have gotten second goals this season. There's been
a few
instances. But we never get to 3, so why worry?
Oh, we've gotten to 3 a couple of times.
When?
I can't remember.
See?
I mean, they're few and far between. It's about 3 or 4 times I think we've scored 3 goals.
Out of what? How many games in are we? 20?
29. 29 or 30.
Yeah, anyway.
So I just want to stress that because I think people get all uptight about.
Well, you should. You should get uptight. We're getting screwed left and right, Brent. Come on. This sucks, man. You should have seen the RSL Facebook page and RSL Twitter. Just, man, the league just sucks. This whole league sucks. All the refs suck. Everybody's against us. It was great. I was kind of laughing at some of them. But, I mean, they all have a point, too, because, like, all these, like, close calls go against us. Well, very few close calls have gone our way this year.
The start of the season, we weren't getting the calls. Then there was a nice period through summer, like Brendan was explaining.
Last month.
The different levels of parts of the season where it did kind of balance out. I think there was a similar play where we got some penalty kicks or it was starting to balance out.
Own goals, I think, is how it balanced out mostly.
Yeah, but then we returned back to the other end of the spectrum. So who knows? Maybe we'll finish the season strong, and that last game when we need to get 3 points,
there'll be a random handball, or
and that'll save us.
Yeah, maybe
so it'll be very poetic.
But that's like an interpretation of the law of the game. They sent it to review. Clearly, VAR thought it was a handball because his arm's extended. He's bringing it in. I don't think that matters. His arm's extended. I thought it hit his thigh in real time. I thought it hit his thigh, then his hand, so I didn't think it was a penalty because I thought it was a deflection off his thigh. But then when they ran it back, you could clearly see it went straight to his arm. And his arm was making him larger, which is what the criteria has been in past games. And so, they say, well, it was not within his shadow, and it was making him larger, so then it's a penalty. But, the rules committee, they just updated it this week, and they said, inside the shadow, outside the shadow, who cares? As long as he's not trying to handball it.
Only the shadow knows.
Okay. Anyway, it's basically that. The ref has to call it a handball, and then VAR has to confirm that it counts as a handball. And then you can get a penalty kick from a handball like that.
And I know the handball is always going to be subjective, but I think looking at that, I think that should be a handball every time. Just because it breaks up. I know he's not intending to do it, but he is a wily veteran. And I think having your arm out like that, people are going to get away with that. And it's going to inhibit.
Tuck your arms. Other people did it throughout the game.
So
the other center back did it 5 or 6 times.
Caliscan. So I would like to see that call. I know it's bang, bang, it's close. But when your arm is 90 degree, on a 90-degree angle away from your body.
And making your body
bigger, larger. I think that should be a penalty kick. Or just not have handballs anymore.
Or right? Either way.
Whatever you're going to do.
Yeah.
But I think 99 times out of 100 that's called as a handball.
And this time, Tori Penso does not point to the spot and says,
I don't know what somebody...
blah, blah, blah.
I don't know what anybody said to her, but I used to really like her. No, I'm sure she's a wonderful person.
She seemed really impartial, and now she seems not so.
Yeah, the last 3 games we've noticed that seems like it hasn't gone our way. Not that we expect it to go our way, but... So that
doesn't go our way, and they clear it out, and Glad heads it back. And then Nelly's trailing the play, and he holds off Zaha, and Zaha just turns him, twists him all around, and chucks him to the ground
around the neck.
2 hands with a horse collar tackle, worse than the play last week that got the Red Bull,
which most people say
card against us.
Shouldn't have been a red card. And I can see where they don't call it a red card, but they did because
and they upheld it. It's not like they went back and said, "Oh, that wasn't red."
But there are, it's kind of like there's a lot of factions in reffingdom that may have said
reffingdom
that may have said, they can see where that should not have been. And ultimately, if the ref last week hadn't got so wound up, or here's the thing,
if
RSL
seemed like he got really emotional,
if RSL hadn't wound him up, how's that?
Probably.
Yeah. So if RSL hadn't got the ref wound up last week, then he comes in, he listens to, he talks to his AR. He gives the Red Bull the yellow and play on. Instead, he gave Diego his second yellow, which earned him two nights off from the team.
2-game suspension. Why 2 nights?
Because the first yellow he earned earlier, and I believe I read that he was marking up the, kind of digging in the PK spot.
Oh, is that why he got his yellow?
Yeah, I read that somewhere. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what I heard.
Well, it wasn't on the broadcast.
No, they didn't come back and say.
Right? Yeah, come on, Apple TV.
But he was doing something, and then he got that first yellow, and he was on warning. So the next yellow. Okay. So then that would be this game.
That's why he's getting 2 games.
And then he got the red card, which is another game, and you can't do them all at the same time because then people get 4 reds a game. Yeah. They only miss 1.
So I think this happens to any other player on Charlotte besides Tim Ream or Zaha, and they're off. It's a third minute, like it's 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the game, and I think you throw them off. It's violent conduct,
and it's early though. That's
what I'm saying.
It's early in the game,
so it's a judgment call, and so Tori comes running over with her yellow. And can you imagine if Noel Caliscan would have done that to Zaha? Zaha. I don't even know what to call him anymore.
Zaha. How do you say it? Yeah, and she can see it plain as day.
And it was retaliatory, too. That's the worst part. Is because earlier in the game, Nelly stepped in front of him and pushed him off the ball like he was a tiny little wussy baby. Is that fair to say? Can I say wussy baby?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he comes in, and that basically is a cheap shot. And Nelly has no idea he's coming. He wraps him around the neck and then twists him around and throws him. And then all of us get involved. Ruiz, Caliscan.
Now, watch.
And she doesn't even have a card out.
This is the part. She wasn't even going to give him a yellow. I watched this.
You don't think?
No. But he said something to her. Watch. You can go and watch this. He's not going to do anything, and then he pops off to her, and she gets pissed and says, okay.
So she wasn't even going to... I think you're right. Watching it with your commentary.
Yeah, go watch it again, and you tell me if I'm right, but it looks like...
Because Ruiz is pissed. He's doing the pointing finger. He's doing the look at the review. Caliscan is like, look. And Tori's doing the get away, I will punish him. And it looks like he's nothing, and then he pops off. Yeah, he says something. And then he follows her back like she's a jerk for giving him a yellow for that. That's not a play. That's not a play on the ball at all. It's a yellow, maybe a red. And, dude. And then everything gets focused on the handball in the box, and we're like, okay, maybe Zaha can stay on, but we'll get a penalty. And so she goes to the monitor. And she has to keep having a talk with him. And Anelli's just too cool-headed. Anelli should have got up and got in his face and pushed him back and been a little bit more belligerent and been a little bit more of an enforcer, or somebody on our team could have played that role. And then when she's talking to, he's talking to Tori, get in there. Stand next to him. Yeah, she waves you away, but you're not saying anything. You're just standing there giving him the dirty eye. Like, dude, I'm going to knock you out next time. Oh, you come around me, bro. But we don't have that Kyle Beckerman type feel on our team.
No, we don't have an enforcer.
And Caliscan came over and kind of pushed him a tiny bit, but
he was just trying to keep it from escalating, which I thought I liked. So, but then they did the
right,
VAR.
But then there's times to escalate, right? There's times to escalate, and there's times to
I'm all
de-escalate.
about church ball. We got to church ball the crap out of this. And RSL
and I was like, okay, I want to see everybody just knock this guy down the rest of the game.
And they kind of did. And then Tori said, you guys, you're being mean.
Quit picking on Zaha.
So this is 3 minutes in, 4 or 5 minutes in. We get the review. It comes back. His arm isn't far enough away from his body. So
yeah, it's only 2 meters away. Not whatever.
Anyway,
not 2 meters, that's way too long. But you know what I mean.
Have we gone enough on this stuff?
Well, that's just the point everybody brought up in the post game, right? Like 2 minutes in, handball. And then, we're all trying to, get the scoop from Tori, and she's doing her own thing. She didn't even do the full box of the video review. She
it's got to be
the top
crisp.
corners.
Got to be tight.
Come on.
No, this is just
round off, and definitely don't stop halfway through.
You paraphrasing?
Come on.
No, you got to square it off.
That? Yes.
Square
Finish
it off.
Finish the TV off.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. We want to establish that RSL isn't great.
Correct.
And the ref didn't cost us the game for the most part. But the only problem I don't have a problem with the PK. All right, the handball. I think it should be a handball, but it's not.
And like still arguing with her like 2 minutes later.
Yeah, can we just throw people?
Come on,
we can just throw people around.
So I can do that to them.
It's WWE.
Right? That's what I would be saying, right?
But I do think that not having the courage. And I think that's a red card. Do you think that's a red card
I
when
think
you throw
it's a red card. When you throw somebody down by the neck, that's different than I'm trying to run to the ball and I've got my arms out and I'm running at the ball. He was running away from the ball when he threw a Nelly. The ball was the other way. And to me, that's a red card. That's violent conduct and you're out of the game.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That.
Or we go to those blue card things where you have to sit out 5 minutes.
Oh, that sounds dumb.
It's that in-between card.
Do the hockey thing.
Orange card. But, yeah, make him sit out for 5 minutes. Maybe that's more fair if it's an orange card, as they call it on instant replay, right?
Yeah. So I think that play could have made a difference. So if
that would have made
she had the courage to make the call, if it's appropriate, I think that it should be a red card. I would expect an RSL player to get a red card for doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that.
You know who wouldn't do that? Diogo.
Oh, no. No, Diogo.
Why would he not do that, Brent?
Because that would involve contact.
Physical contact?
Physical contact. He would get up there around you and kind of like,
put his arms up and stuff.
Put his arms around you. Like he's going to grab you.
But then he's just going to duck out of it.
Okay, so I think we've established that the refs didn't cause us to lose the game. But it was
Diogo
a little.
Did not cause us to win the game.
So with a little bit of courage, it might have been different going up 10. But, Charlotte, I was looking at that. Well, Charlotte and RSL, there are similar positions in the table. One's in the East, one's in the West. But one of them has 44 points and one of them doesn't, has like 31. We have like 31 points.
Yeah.
So Charlotte, on the whole, is probably a better team. But on the day, I thought RSL played well enough to get a result.
Well, we had multiple chances to get good shots off, and it's like on that play in the 7th minute where, we win the ball, we zip it up to Diogo. Diogo hits it through to Cruz, and Cruz kind of pops it up. And instead of just going for that volley first time, because Oluwatanji, sorry, you got to get his name pronunciation down. He draws both center backs, right? And so Diogo makes the right pass to Cruz, and then he just kind of knuckleball toe pokes it and right at the goalie, and you're like, bro.
Okay, well,
I thought you were a finisher, bro. See, I was watching with some novices, so I was explaining a lot of things as the game went on.
Kids?
No, adults, but they're not really soccer fans. They're football guys,
future
stuff like that.
future soccer.
That's
right?
what I mean. Yeah.
So let's, before we go too far away, let's talk about your thoughts on Cruz and Olatunji, Victor Olatunji, Ron Cruz, Victor Olatunji.
Well, it's obviously
Early days.
Way too early to say, but I mean, I like the hustle. I like so far some of the skill. I think they just need to settle down and get some confidence. The best goal scorers don't need to settle down to get confidence. They just play, and the ball, it's natural and stuff. But maybe they need some time and some, tracking. I don't know.
Well, one of them was a Cruz that had 30 goals in 90 games.
Okay. And he's 3 games in for us and nothing, which is, 2 of them were in a relief effort. This was his first start. And it was Olatunji's first ever appearance. So he got the sticker above the Adidas symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it said debut.
And then that's going to go on a card.
Yeah.
And you can get that card somehow
Uh-huh.
if you're into cards.
Yep.
So, talking about those 2 players, I really liked what I see. I wonder, as not the expert soccer guy, but is a formation change going to make a difference? Or would it make a difference? Or continue with the 4-2-2-2? Is that going to be, or something that's going to work with these guys? How do we get more dangerous players on the field at the same time?
I hate to say this, but I think you take out Diogo.
You don't hate to say that.
I want him I want to cheer for him. I want him to be good for us. But he's just, not. He... I know that's really insightful commentary. It's just, not good, bro.
I'm hanging on every word.
It's just, not, dude.
Well,
super insightful, Tyler.
If they're here and I'm here, is it our pizza?
So we need something different there. We're the scrappy RSL team, man. We gotta have a different type of player playing his position. And I know he has the skill, and we don't want to put on 11 hustle players. We need some skill players, and he's a skill player. But he's not getting good results. As he goes, so we go. And I don't love that, right? So maybe when we get, I don't know, Luna back, we go with the kids. But then even that's not working right now. Luna and Gozo, and then the 2 strikers up top. We got to find something that works. And when we went on our 5-game win streak, Pablo Ruiz was playing the whole time. And so I think that's why he got the start here. And there were times when he played well, but, it just, he got walked by a couple times right through the midfield, and that worries me.
So I was thinking about it. Is it something like a 3-5-2 or something? What's going to get more offense on the field, more dangerous players on the field?
Well, so here's what I think. I think you use Junka differently. He's a defensive outside back. He does not want to push. He does not want to take players on. You play Catranas at the first of the he's more offensive. He's more attacking. He's better at sending balls into the box. He'll take players on one-on-one sometimes. Right, that's the first thing I do to get more offensive, okay? Second thing I do is I sign a right back that can go up the field and do the same thing. And then I use Caliscan as a 4th midfielder or a 2nd outside back or, one of those things. And then that way, those guys getting up the field in better positions, like when we watch the Mexican teams come in, all of their right backs and all of their left backs can shoot.
Oh, man, can they?
So let's go to Mexico and get their backup guy that can shoot.
If we
Bring
can
him
afford,
here
maybe.
And teach him how to defend. He's their backup anyway. Teach him how to defend. We're good at that. And it's not like we don't have an amazing keeper, and that's why I wore my keeper jersey tonight. If you can't see us on video, if you're not watching on YouTube, if you're watching or just listening in the car on your drive, we appreciate you. But I'm wearing the goalie jersey in honor of our boy, Rafa, who keeps us in games.
He does.
Our back line's pretty decent, but I think you go with the more offensive of those guys. And maybe you stick with Ruiz and Ojeda takes a seat on the bench because we're trying to be more attacking. But I don't know, man. Ojeda scored 3 goals too. So, and Diogo sends in good balls, but they're not, they're in good spots, but they're not good enough spots for the guys that are running for them. We're just not getting results. And that's the hardest part is, how do we switch to fit who, right? That's the problem, right? How do we fit to Luna? Are we going to, work our team around Luna?
So I guess the question is are there players on this team that, we could work around? I mean, if we're just going to make a change to make a change, nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen.
But I do like Rwana Cruz, and how do you get Rwan Cruz and Olatunji?
Rwana? Is that his sister?
How do you get both of those guys on the field?
Yeah,
and keep them on the field.
I like this. Let's give it a few games and see what happens. But we're coming down the stretch, and that's the hard thing, right?
Yeah, maybe more like a 4-4-2.
Well, it's kind of what we're playing. I mean, they call it a 4-2-2-2, but it's really a 4-4-2 with, the outside wingers are a little more attacking, basically.
And there were a few times, getting back to the game, RSL played really well for the first 20, 30 minutes. I thought they had Charlotte on their heels, and they had some opportunities to really make some plays. But Charlotte weathered the storm, and we can talk about the goal when it comes up. But one of the things that really surprised me that I hadn't seen for a long time or ever with RSL, there was probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times where they went with line-breaking passes from the back to the front or from Cabral to the midfield. There were some line-breaking passes that didn't obviously turn into a goal or anything, but they created some danger. And I'm like, wow, we need more of that. And I just kind of got excited for nothing. But I love those passes where you don't expect them. They pass, break a couple of lines, and you're moving forward.
Yeah. No, I like that too. I kept calling for it as we were watching the game. But, I don't know. And I don't know if it's Pablo's mentality of defense first, which I get, and control the game. You control the ball, you control the game. But when we get up to the 33rd minute, and Glad has that race where he's going in on that tackle, he decided too early to go in on the tackle. He sprinted like he was going in on the tackle, and the guy knew it, and he kicked it way ahead of himself. And all Glad had to do was fake that or pull out of the tackle, and that ball's just going to roll out of bounds. And instead, he gets a yellow, and he puts his team in danger, which leads to...
one thing that RSL really doesn't want to do...
give up set pieces.
Yeah, defend a set piece. They just kind of refuse to do it.
Yeah, we don't like that. Yeah. And there was the one time that guy really did much at all. However you say that dude's name. And then Glad's trying to argue, it was my first foul. And it was, but it was a pretty promising attack. And the guy's touch was so powerful on his second touch. Glad should have just faked diving in or dove partway in and held up or something. That ball is going to go all the way out of bounds, right?
Yeah, you can see on the replay, go watch it, kids, that he does take him out. And it's a well-earned yellow, but it does... The back line has done this all season. Vera does it all the time where just ill-advised...
undisciplined.
Ill-advised tackles that turn into set pieces that then turn into... Let's talk about a set piece. You can follow along at home if you're watching. No.
Third minute.
33:28. You want to turn your page? At the beep, you turn your page. Beep. That's how old I am.
No. Yeah.
Remember those?
I do remember
on the record player.
Oh, beep. I had tapes, yeah.
Oh, I had the record player.
Okay.
So anyway, it gets set up, and...
they take it way closer to the goal. Not closer to the goal, but closer to the end line. The foul occurred right there. And the funny thing is, with carpet, you can see where they slid. So Pablo is, legitimately pointing... it needs to be back here, and it should have been. And it's easier to defend that. This one, it's coming straight across. And I don't love the the whole let's crowd it in, but you can't really pull up. It's a hard spot. It's an awkward spot to defend right there. As a center back, I like to get my team organized and in a straight line, right? And when it's at the, I don't know, 13-yard line or whatever you call that, right? 13 yards out inside the 18 where the foul occurred well outside the 18. Anyway, it's a hard angle to defend, and so you kind of have to just stack yourselves and try to attack forward, right? So basically, if it's over your head, the guy behind you has to attack it, right? So that's how they're playing the set piece. And Charlotte looks to have something that RSL doesn't. Good service?
Good service, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. We'll talk about RSL service. But it's a great ball in, and I don't know if RSL could have done anything. I don't know. It just seems like they struggle. They don't have anybody with size.
And see, that's the thing. Junka is where they go. They go right at Junka, just over Vera and over Glad. And it ends up being Junka's mark there.
He climbs up Vera.
Well, kind of, right? I mean, we'll play it out right here. But Junka kind of gets bumped out of the way, too. And everything with headers, guys, is you got to go attack it. You got to go get it. And that's why most of the time the offensive team doesn't get it. It's because the defense can attack a lot more. It's easier because you're able to clear it out. And if it's coming from a better angle, it's harder to get out. But in this case, it's harder to get after because it's coming almost straight in. And so, I'm sitting there with some noobs, and they're like, why didn't the goalie just go grab it? And I'm like, I don't know if the goalie would grab that one. He'd have to jump over Anelli. And no, Anelli's not there. He came in late. But, he'd have to jump over two guys to catch that. He probably doesn't get there.
Yeah, that's one where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. When you got to come out. That's one where people go, why didn't he come out and stay? Why didn't he stay off his line? So you're not going to win that one.
But you're probably not going to get there.
Not going to get there because the ball was brilliant service. The guy got up in the air, and he was 3 feet above.
Just got a tiny push off on Vera, not enough for him to call a foul,
and climbed up and got the header, and RSL goes down 1-0. Surprisingly, on a set piece. Not surprisingly, on a set piece.
Yeah.
So we're down 1-0, and yeah,
we try to step it up a little bit, but it's a lot of frustration, and then we get a free kick, and we just stack the box, and we're like, yeah, we got this, and actually pretty good service in from our boy
Pablo Ruiz,
the lefty swingy. He swings it in over Justin, over Vera, and past Ruan Cruz.
Vera almost got his foot to it.
He did,
but
he did not.
I was thinking during the game, during the game, I'm thinking like, who's going to be afraid of RSL, right? Who's going to be afraid of Vera and Glad crashing the box on these set pieces?
It's almost like they should have just left it, and Cruz should have got it because he made the run from back. And I don't know.
Why wasn't Olatunji and Cruz right there in the middle?
I don't know.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of work to do. I was really getting to be a little more bully on Pablo Mastroeni. I thought, all right, this is going to be the year. I mean, he's really kept these guys together, but man, I don't know.
Well, and then the 37th minute where Gozo got his yellow, this is where, like you're saying, attitude with leadership, right? Gozo kind of goes in there and almost stomped him, right? Like it was a half stomp.
And it was a cynical push.
Right. He didn't have to do that. But at first I thought they were calling the yellow for the push in the back. And I was like, that's so soft. And then they replayed it. And he kind of stepped on his ankle. And I was like, ugh.
Same thing. And my first thought was like, what are you doing?
That's a yellow.
What are you doing?
Yeah, there was no need for him to dive in on that play. The ball was gone.
And why was it so dumb?
Because it caused a slowdown in play. They're ahead.
What did Gozo not need to do today?
Pick up a yellow.
Why?
Because now he's on yellow card accumulation and has to sit out the next game.
Yeah, and you got to know that. Even if you're 18, they probably tell you, don't get a yellow.
Yeah,
play smart, don't get a yellow.
Today.
and go and get a dumb yellow.
In the 37th minute. Yeah, that doesn't even matter. At least, like, get one when you're diving for the ball in the box and you're, take a handball, like, oh, it went in off my hand, I think. I don't know.
Not when the ball's...
Something like that, but...
When the player's heading away from your goal in their half and you just push
already
him down.
Played the ball away.
Yeah.
Just slide by him and move on.
So that was one player. Do we want to stay on that situation with the three?
Yeah. So, that's one. And then, Glad with his bonehead play. Goza with his. Later, Vera with his. And I think at the very end, the worst of them all, Willie got a 87th minute.
So 3 of them, right?
4.
Well, 4 yellows, but 3 of them get to miss a game.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Yeah.
Gozo, I think Agata,
and Luna.
No, Glad.
Oh,
Glad or I think there's 3 players from RSL that are. We'll double check that.
Jeez.
That ended up on.
Jeez, Napoleon.
Warning. Yeah. So at least 2.
Need all the chips, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
I've been talking with babes, man.
Man.
I'm not good with quotes. I know they're supposed to be funny, but
chatting with babes online all day.
Yeah.
Dang it.
So that was a dumb play, which I wanted to talk about Gozo too, right?
Yeah.
Since we're just rambling on today and kind of unwinding our frustrations because what do we say? RSL is just not that good right now.
They're just not.
They're just not.
And that's fair.
And so, but Gozo, he's got the bite. He's got the drive. He's got the talent.
I wanted to see him knock over Zaha, bro. Run across the field and knock him over, Dave.
Yeah, earn that yellow. Get a good yellow. But his service.
Throw him down by his neck or something. Return the favor.
Yeah. But
I would have been way more proud of that yellow than that one.
Yeah. Gozo's service, though, it's got to improve. It will improve. He's 18.
Right, but, pick up your head and find somebody. Don't just kick and hope.
Yeah, there's too much of that.
Yeah.
So... Anyway, I love Gozo. Who knows? I think he might get picked up before maybe Luna. I think he's really, really, really talented. So,
and I think once we learn to use Olatunji, if that's how you say it, I feel bad. Olatunji. Once we learn how to use him, I think he's going to be more of a post-up forward. One of those big physical guys that digs into defenders, and hopefully that's...
Yeah, he's like 6'3". He's a big boy. Big presence. And I like that. I like that a lot.
You would.
Well, we don't have any size to speak of.
Yeah.
Tim Parker, where are you? So, RSL, more thoughts on the first half? The obvious. We went over the obvious, and we'd want to emphasize, ref didn't cost us the game. RSL still sucked, and they didn't take advantage of their opportunities.
Yep.
But they're what are your thoughts?
Yeah,
just really kind of frustrating because the same thing over and over and over. So over and over and over.
Yeah, and like I said, I watched with a couple of noobs, and it was hard to make them fans because we just didn't play very attractive soccer. There were a couple times where we had some pretty cool, plays and stuff, but overall, very disappointing game. And it was on the road, on turf, in Charlotte. I get it. There's a lot of downsides and humidity and whatever, but still, not great from us.
All right, so RSL goes in halftime. Let's get to halftime. Boo, halftime. And we should mention that Brennan, the good-looking one, isn't here. He's busy guy. He's the youngest of us geezers and doesn't have much time, obviously. Family, kids.
Something. Yeah.
And just isn't as dedicated. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No.
Yikes.
No.
Make sure you leave that part in, dude.
No.
Gonna love that.
No, so thoughts, halftime.
Brutal. Rough first half, but you gotta recover from it. You gotta go into halftime and go, okay, we're down 1-0. This game's still very much in our grasp. But then we go in the second half. Because I think we were at halftime, we were at 0.37 or something.
Yeah.
Expected goals. And by the end, we were at 1.2 or 3. So we played better in the second half. We had much more dangerous chances. But we still ended up, not scoring, which they didn't really either. Like, to be fair, like, it's not like we gave up a ton of chances either, but in the end, the stats were pretty even when it came to expected goals, which I know doesn't say everything, but it was 1.6 for them and 1.3 for us.
One thing I like about expected goals, I get it, is, stats don't win games, but one thing I like about them is it just kind of a snapshot of effort and activity.
Yeah.
And RSL
And quality
has
chances.
Yeah, RSL does have a lot of effort and a lot of activity, but not a lot of quality when it comes to.
And that's the worst part right now, right? Like,
Yeah. And that's where.
And their goalie had 7 saves.
Yeah, I think
Kalina.
And I
Bro
think
had 7
didn't
saves.
they say he won the goalkeeper of the year last year, and
I mean,
or a year or two ago, and he's a great keeper. And I don't know what Charlotte's doing, trading for Calendar from Miami.
that's dumb.
Yeah.
Unless they don't have a backup.
Maybe I don't know that you signed Calendar to be your backup, but maybe you do.
I
But
don't know. Like to look at the pay scale numbers on those, but he seemed to be really good tonight or last night, whatever night that was.
yeah, he played well. He stood on his head. He had multiple saves. Oh, especially the second half that could have were probably the difference in the game. Not the officiating, but the play of Charlotte and their keeper, and the lack of RSL's ability to put one in the back of the net consistently. So let's talk about orange slices for the game. Do we give some out for these, or?
It's a tough one.
It is. It's very, very tough.
I mean, glad he didn't really make a mistake except that yellow card, which led to the goal, so you can't give it to him.
No.
Can't give it to Vera because he got out jumped on the goal.
Nope.
Can't give it to Caliscan because even though he did pretty good against Zaha, he also didn't defend well in the set piece. And then Sam's over there on the left side, and he, I think, got one cross in, and it went all the way through. So, like, I'd love to give it to a defender, but I guess Cabral.
Yeah.
You know? I'm wearing the keeper jersey. I guess I better give it to him.
Yeah, you could, but he didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have his.
He only had 2 saves in the whole game.
Yeah, it wasn't called on much. He did have the one where he bobbled it out of bounds.
Yep.
That was very un-Cabralish.
But he bobbled it. It was a shot on goal, and it was bobbled out of bounds. So even that's not that bad.
Yeah, this is tough. You can't give it to Diogo.
I guess you could give it to Anelli, but he didn't give up. He didn't get up and body slam Zaha like I was hoping he would.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That would have been cool if he jumped off the top rope and just flying elbowed him, right?
The people's elbow.
They win.
So do we just give it to the new guys to be nice?
Sure.
All right, Ruan Cruz and Victor Olatunji. Welcome to Real Salt Lake, and please enjoy your
This orange on us.
Orange slice on us, yes. Don't lose it. Make sure it goes on
Yeah, put
your
that sticker on your laptop or your water bottle
or your favorite water bottle. Just don't,
Just don't slap it in the stadium in some strange place.
or don't leave it on your desk. Right?
Don't, definitely no.
Put it somewhere where
Laptop,
people can see you,
water
because these are
bottle.
prestigious. It's a prestigious award.
It is, yeah.
Not everybody-
Congratulations. Welcome to the team.
Not everybody can get one.
But
Because we
give
don't
out
have enough
3 a
stickers.
week, so.
We don't have enough stickers, so not everybody can get one. Not yet, anyway. We're working on it. We'll get more stickers. So, first half, anything else you want to chat about? First
Well, and then
halftime.
in breaking news, Real Salt Lake signs nobody. There was a hint that we might sign a defender. Hasn't happened yet.
Is it the 23rd, 29th, the end of the window?
There you go.
Somewhere in there. I think it's the 23rd.
Sure.
Anyway, all right. So
There you go. No
halftime.
breaking news.
No
That was the
breaking news. So where do we want to go from here? We're going to go
Second half.
Second half.
3 minutes of stoppage time. Seemed right. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Tori blowed her whistle and walked over, and Caliscan helped up Zaha. And Zaha was so insulted that Caliscan fouled him. Knock it off, pansy. Guy was driving me nuts by the end of the game. I was like, I'm so glad we didn't get him. Because for a while, I was like, why don't we have a guy like that on our team? You know? Why don't we have a DP that has some clout and scored some goals in the Premier League or something? But
we do. And they both spend just as much time on the ground, only one's a little more effective than the other one.
And Pablo was losing his mind right about the 56th minute, right? Just like giving all sorts of grief to Torrey.
And like I said, I love officials. I'm an official ref lover. I love them. We can't have the game without them. But I used to really think Tori was like one of the best. But I don't know.
She had the opportunity in this game to be brave.
She could have earned my love back, but she didn't.
Yeah.
She's had she's had like 3, or RSL's had 3 rough games. Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's RSL because RSL sucks right now. And it didn't have an impact on the game or the outcome. But
could have.
So.
It was there to be done. With either one of them could have been great, but as it turned out,
So second half, it was a lot like the first. When did RSL have their chances?
Just not a lot. I mean, there were a couple of good plays, and the one I thought we were actually going to score on, Diogo hit that ball far post, and Kalina just dove out, and man, that was a good save. I think it was 77th minute. You know, like that was just a great save. A couple of really good chances in there for us. We had some good combination play, but nothing great. Nothing like in one-on-one with the keeper. Nothing like, and we should be this like fast break team, but instead we like don't know what to do when we get forward. And even when we do, even when we had our chances, they still had 5 defenders in the box, you know? Cutting down angles, covering crosses. Like, they kind of had our number there. But you want to talk about that play in the 74th minute, don't you?
Yeah, we can get to Olatunji kind of showing why they brought him in. The ball, RSL is attacking, and is it Diogo?
Yeah, Diogo chips it up, and Ream kind of hits it with his shoulder. And Diogo's calling for a handball because it was right at the top of the box.
Which I think, maybe...
It could have been a handball, but, whatever.
I don't know necessarily the handball. I was going to say that because, who knows what a handball is.
Right.
But the fact that RSL is really good at that. I mean, if something happens, they stop.
They're really good at just stopping.
Yeah. And then turning to the ref and raising their hands.
Right.
I mean, the New York Red Bull game, they did it really well.
Yeah, they almost gave up a goal that way.
Yeah, just stop, turn. And it's a known fact. The more that you stand with your arms like this,
the more refs call stuff.
Yeah, the more calls you get.
Yeah, the refs are like, "Oh, I didn't see that. Clearly, I should blow my whistle."
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you ever forgive me? So
since that didn't happen, but Diogo kept complaining, but Oluwatanji played on, and the ball flicked off, and he backheeled it, gave it the old
scorpion
scorp kick. Do do do.
Oh, it's lovely. Beats the keeper and then...
Almost rocked it like a hurricane. Almost scorpioned it up.
Where are my forks? Where are my forks?
Rocking like a hurricane. And he did not, but he almost got it underneath. If you go back and watch it, he almost got it underneath him.
It squirts out, and it was another great save. I think those were the two big opportunities for RSL in the second half was the Diogo one where he popped up. And I think it's interesting listening to the broadcast. Everybody knows that Diogo disappears.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. And
because
he's soft on the ball.
Yeah, because they kept talking about it. That Diogo's he can't disappear. He can't disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, he disappeared.
And in the 74th minute, Gozo almost got a second yellow. He left his feet and kind of went cleats up in on Bronico, and Bronico dodged him real good, so he didn't take any contact. But I was like, oh, bro, that would have been a red. And it would have at least been a second yellow at the lowest. But, hopefully we can gel. And I know that's crazy to say, but, man, we really need to gel. This team needs to gel.
What else is there?
It's like we're worse than the sum of our parts right now.
Yeah, that is...
Remember earlier when we just started playing the kids and we were like, hey, we're not that good individually, but together we're pretty good. We need to get back to that and then elevate from there because we're not even there right now.
No, it's pretty awful, to be totally honest. After
random crosses just whizzing everywhere, like nowhere near anybody, like.
And then after near the end of the game, Charlotte just started turning up the pressure because RSL was getting so many players forward and trying to create. But one of the things that I kept noticing is we picked up some corners and some set pieces. How many corners did we have?
We gave up more possession in the second half too.
Where are the
corners?
Yeah, how many corners do we have?
Right there, corners. 3 for them, 5 for us.
Yeah, we picked up some corners. There were several corners in the second half, and I thought that if this is how they worked on it, they did it perfectly. To send the cross in from RSL's left side,
okay,
all the way across the box, it bounces.
Yep,
goes over everybody, bounces in the box.
Okay,
and then finds Caliscan.
And one time that happened.
Oh, at least 2 times.
Yeah. I was like, hit it, man. You did it before. Do it again.
But if that's what they were hoping to do, they did it great. But I don't know if that's...
I don't think that's the plan.
Yeah, I noticed that 2 or 3 times, like all the way across the box. But it's hard, we don't have anybody... it's hard to hit somebody that isn't that big in the middle of the box, though.
Well, I disagree, because if you're really aggressive and going for it, then... the ball just has to be in your run line, right? Like usually somebody's running at the back post, the front post, or they're coming in front of the front post to go get those corners. But man, we just have no. I don't think it's Ruiz because he sent in some pretty good ones last week and the week before that were dangerous, and we even scored on a couple of them. So it can't be that, but it's just not consistent. So in this game we missed a lot of them, So
yeah. So RSL. Is there anything you want to talk about the game? I mean, it should have been.
They subbed in their other guys and they ran at us, and they
there
had
was
the same
one
result as the other guys.
They probably should have got 2 or 3 goals on us.
Oh yeah, Williamson missed that sitter from the top of the 18. He just shot it over.
And they had a corner where the guy was wide open, and he leaped up and hit. I think he headed it straight down.
Yeah, it's just like a few of those moves.
But, things had gone our way, and we were playing up a man, which was possible, then maybe things are different. But ifs and buts were, candy and nuts, we'd all have a happy Christmas. So, subs, RSL subbed in Agata in the 62nd minute for 67 minute for Cruz, and then Ojeda for Ruiz in the 74th minute. Catranis in for Junca in the 74th minute. And
then I think we got a little better.
A little.
A little bit. We gave up more chances, but we got more offensive too. You know what I mean? And then we subbed in Johnny Russell in the 85th minute to, kill off the game. Give him a good 4 minutes of running about.
Yeah, I was getting pretty bully, and I'm really kind of disappointed with RSL so far this season.
Yeah, there were not a lot of great chances created.
I don't think I've been this wound up in a long time.
Really?
About RSL and their lack of being able to figure it out. I don't know. Is it just come down to the system? And we don't have the proper system, or we don't have the players for the system we're trying to play.
Well, that play right there really just solidified it basically was a microcosm of the game. Willie Agata comes back from forward. He controls the ball. He sees Anelli in a good position, turned the right way. He goes to play it to him. He hits it with some gusto, puts it too far ahead of him, and it goes out for a throw-in for Charlotte. It's just like, dude, I promise I play in the MLS, right? I promise I play in Major League Soccer.
I have a contract
for reals, dude. No, come on. He just totally missed a wide-open Anelli, and he didn't have any pressure on him. And that's what bothers me, right? And then, at that same moment, they actually held a player out of bounds. Did you catch that?
Yeah, for subbing in.
Yeah. So the sub walked off the field. And so Abada had to wait a full minute to come on the pitch. So we were playing 10v11. And then Westwood was faking an injury, and Torrey was still holding them off. And I'm like...
Yeah, Dean Smith was doing his best Peter Vermees down there.
Yeah, like, this isn't a rule. Well, there are a couple changes of rules. And one of them is the 8-second rule for goalkeepers to hold the ball. And another one is the sub rule.
I don't know that's been gone into effect with this season. It will.
It's in effect for youth soccer. I got that email today.
And it's in effect for EPL?
I think so.
It is.
Yeah.
I know it is.
Oh, yeah, because...
But next season, it would be in effect for MLS.
Oh, right, because the changes happen mid-season.
Yeah.
We don't adopt it until the following season.
That's not fair. You can't play all the games.
Yeah, you can't play half the games with one set of rules and then half with another.
So, I don't know. I love RSL, but this game just kind of has me wound up. And part of it's the officiating. But
let's see if we can come home and play better against Minnesota. We always play better against better opponents, you know?
Just the second place team in the West is coming into
that's what I'm saying,
RSL,
right? So maybe it gets better. Maybe it gets better.
Does it?
I said maybe. Maybe it gets better.
So we won't have Gozo.
Right.
We won't have Luna.
Okay.
We won't have Agata.
We don't need him.
And I think it was Glad.
Sorry, that's not too mean.
I think it was Glad. There's one more. We'll find out later. Double check. But yeah, it's going to be, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm back with the, if they don't re-sign Pablo.
Yeah, What do we do? Year-to-year contract with him? Like, after a season like this, you can't really reward him with a big, fat contract, right?
I heard a rumor, and it's just a rumor, but it's from someone that I trust, that they heard that the Millers were planning on...
Breaking news.
And it's just a rumor. It could change because, things have changed since I heard the rumor. It's been like a month and a half. But
what's the rumor, Brad? Come on!
Do you want me to tell you what the rumor is?
Tell me what the rumor is! Heaven's sakes!
That the Millers, who love consistency, are going to re-sign everybody.
Yeah, and I think they're going to go get... they're going to go down to UVU. And they're going to get Kyle Beckerman to come coach us.
No.
And then Kyle's going to be the coach of the team for the next 10 years.
No, he won't.
That's what I think.
I don't think so. I think since we're, this game's over. But
is it? Is it over, Brent?
This podcast has been over for
a
while.
This podcast is over. Not officially over, just this episode.
I think that Major League Soccer has grown so much. I think the game has advanced so much that you need the next RSL head coach, if it's after Pablo, needs to be someone with more experience. You can't bring in former players. You can't bring in a college coach. You have to bring in someone.
That's what they did with Jerry Sloan, and that worked out pretty good.
Jerry Sloan was an amazing coach, and he was also a great player.
A great player.
Well, he was a good
assistant.
Good assistant. And
that's how you promote, right?
I think the game has advanced so much.
Honestly, though, both of their assistant coaches are ambitious to the point of wanting to be head coaches.
For RSL?
Yes. I have that on good authority as well.
Yeah, and they're British, right?
No.
One of them is, right? One of them has an accent from somewhere. Listen to them in practice. But I think the next...
I'm talking Nate Miller, and you're talking Pulis.
And I don't know. I honestly don't know much about them. I'm not an assistant coach aficionado. But I do think that the next coach needs to have a little bit more experience for a game the game that you want to grow and you want to compete internationally. Who knows? Maybe it's even a Mexican league coach.
Well, like Wilfred Zaha or Wilfred Nancy out in Columbus, he's made them a winner for a long time, and he had a really fun attacking style of play. That's what got him the job, and he's delivered pretty good. Even in Montreal, they were at least fun to watch.
Yeah, and they didn't want to see him go.
The last couple games have not been fun to watch for RSL.
No. How many by last couple games, how many do you mean?
Last 3.
At least the last 3.
Querétaro, even though we won, was not fun to watch. Red Bulls.
San Luis wasn't fun.
Sucked. San Luis was at least exciting. The ball was going everywhere. San Luis was beating us to it most of the time, but maybe go get that guy who's making them a contender down there.
Got to do something. And who knows? I mean, you just caught me on a bad day.
I can tell.
I think, it's the grumpiest I've been about RSL in a long time.
Yep.
And not because of the refs. I want to make that.
But I'm cranky because of the refs. So.
You're always cranky about the refs.
I know. Just leave the game alone. Let it breathe. Send people off to chuck people by their head.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not. But in the end, RSL didn't play. I thought they played well enough to get a result.
Yeah.
I think if they finish one of those two chances and it's 1-1, they may. What they do is they probably find a way to lose 2-1 at some point late in the game.
Yeah, just by kicking people like Agata just kicked it.
They give up
come on, Willie.
They give up a dumb foul and give away a free kick late, and we lose 2-1.
Right.
So I'm not very bully on RSL at the moment. I think there's some good pieces here.
Bullish? You mean bullish? You keep saying bully.
It's the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You can be bully about something. Yeah.
Really?
Be bully about something.
Not here.
Bully. Fine.
Brandt's trying to start his own language.
I will go back and edit. He'll go beep bullish.
Beep, beep, beep.
Bullish.
I'm really beep about RSL right now. Wait, what? It's different meaning than I thought it was.
I'm hoping that this game against Minnesota is going to be the one that, you don't have your starters. Everybody has to play well. And they overachieve.
And we hate Minnesota. They knocked us out of the playoffs last year. Those guys suck.
Yeah, and so it's going to be 1-1, right? That's what happens. Except for this year, they
score
took
late
us
and win.
Didn't we go up there and they took us apart like 4-0 or something, 4-1?
They're stupid.
So we will see how it goes.
Hopefully
Saturday against Minnesota at home.
Usually when it's a revenge game like that, we do pretty well. So I'm going for a revenge game.
What are you predicting? We don't do that very much, but what are you predicting?
3-1. We can't score 3 goals, but we will against Minnesota.
Oh, come on. Own goal. Come on. Own goal.
Hopefully 2 people get an own goal. What's his name that plays forward for him? Celebrated right in front of us after they beat us on
Taliashi, whatever his name is.
That guy sucks.
Tani,
that guy.
Tani something.
Not Oluwaseyi, the other guy. The forward.
I think
he's a winger.
Oluwaseyi. I think people are looking for him.
Yeah.
He's in big transfer news.
Yep.
So, excuse me, RSL. Another loss. Not a great performance. Not a bad performance.
But a 10th place performance. And that's what really bugs me is we played like the team, like the standing spot we're in. Not like we did play the 3, 4, 5 games before that.
Yeah.
That led into the Leagues Cup.
It's really tough when you go to that America game, that Club America game, and say, hey, you know what?
You see how well we played there?
Where was this team? And then
right?
maybe they just don't have, dare I say, the mentality to play above their means at the moment. Consistently, obviously.
Yeah.
So, 2-1, or 1-0, RSL loses. And we've gone on enough about that. Now it's time.
10th place. Is that where you were going there with the standings?
You want to read off the standings?
Yeah, standings. All right. RSL are in the Conference of the West, and out of the 15 teams, we are 10th.
How many goals have we scored?
So we have -6 goal differential.
Which isn't necessarily terrible.
But it's on par with our suck years where we barely make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And we have given up 33 goals. And we have only scored 27. So us and Austin are the only ones below 30.
We've played 26 games. We have 27 goals.
Well, I guess St. Louis and LA are both below 30 as well. Sorry.
That is some pretty. But we've only given up 33, which is not terrible.
Yeah, respectable for the defensive side.
Yeah, it's more than respectable. I mean, that's like top 10.
Yeah, in the West, league. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait,
it's near top 10.
There it is. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. us and San Diego have both given up 33 goals. Guess how many goals San Diego have scored?
Jiminy Christmas, 52. I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to cheat and look.
52, yeah, and we have 27. So I'm guessing we would call that an offensive ineptitude so far this year.
I think you'd have to score a few more goals to be considered inept. I think I think this is atrocious.
Okay.
I think
fair.
I think atrocious is the best way to go when it comes to our scoring prowess. But we've got 2 new guys that are going to score like crazy, and we'll have 50 goals before the end of the season. I guarantee it. You heard it here first, 50 goals by the end of the season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
only 2 teams in the East have scored less than 27, and only 1 team in the West has scored less than 27.
Yeah, that's atrocious.
Yeah, that's real bad.
I think inept is like, if you're like 4. But right there at 3, third worst, that's atrocious.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right, so with that atrocious ending to the game, it's time for the Come On Crowley update.
Let's go overseas and see if we can find some better results, Brent.
Can't. Just
can't. Man.
No.
No results from the Crawleys?
No, they've got killer kits this season, which means, man, it's going to be a long season.
Oh,
the last
boy.
time they had a great kit, we almost got relegated.
Really?
So I think that's what determines
But
it.
didn't they get relegated last year?
Yeah, and they were decent kits. They weren't killer.
I know,
They were
but
good.
they're in League 2, right?
Yeah.
Now they're in 23rd place?
Oh, yeah. The 0
Already?
points. Oh, 0 points. Haven't won a game. They played better. They were away at Crew Alexandra. They lost 1-0, I believe the score was. And Crew Alexandra, they were the team that we beat in the final to get promoted. So we had it coming.
In the playoff.
They couldn't
at
wait.
Wembley.
Yeah, we had it coming.
Dude.
Scott Lindsay is a great coach. This team they have put together somehow is not
They're going
looking
to find
good.
a way?
They did pick up a new player they got in who is quick. They picked him up from
Salford.
Salford. Yeah.
Shrewsbury.
I think it
I'm
was
just
Salford.
saying teams that.
Charlton. It wasn't even close. I think it was Charlton.
Swindon Town.
Charlton, I think.
Charlton.
And dude is quick, and he came in and made some nice runs and was really quick. And yeah, we got to turn it around. It's a long season. They play 46 games.
Yikes.
So there's 43 games left to turn it around for Crawley Town. And man, I don't know if I could take more atrocious soccer, but it looks like my teams are going to play that way this year.
Well, I don't know if this is why Brennan didn't come tonight, but
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Arsenal did take it to Man U, but they looked like garbage, honestly.
Which one?
Both of them, right? At times. Man U had 3 or 4 times where they dribbled into the box and just couldn't shoot right, and you're like, whoa, I'm glad that guy sucks.
I watched the replay of that on Sunday, and it literally put me to sleep.
Yeah, Arsenal only had 9 shots because they scored early in the 13th minute, and they pulled an RSL. They're like, well, we scored early. We're at Old Trafford. Let's just park that bus back up here and try not to give up any chances. And I kind of like the white kit with the red on it. It's got the collar. It's classy.
The Arsenal one?
Yeah,
that was nice. That was tight.
Yep, that's the new one this year. And then they were kind of the opposite of Man United, who was red with white shorts, and Arsenal was white with darker red shorts. But man United had 22 shots and only 7 on target. Arsenal had 9 shots, 3 on target, and basically it was almost one of those rainbow banana kicks, going in the back post, and Calafiore just made sure on the. Kind of like that guy.
Yeah,
he's got that Italian flair to him, like that, that left back that wants to go forward and get after it offensively.
Yeah, almost the Olympico.
Yeah, he almost
from the corner.
Yeah, from the corner.
And Manchester United, they got to get some keepers, right?
They're
struggling.
Something.
I don't know if there's anything he could have done to stop that, but he didn't come out. He just kind of got pinned there.
Which, that's maybe RSL should try that, dude. Just try to just stack everybody in the box and just Olympico it.
Yeah, just drop it on there.
Yep, just try to not get a foul called on the, I don't know. We got some guys that are tall now, right? Maybe we just stack the box. They used to do that to Ramondo. Made it hard for Ramondo. So
yeah. So anyway,
let's try that. Anyway, now an update for Brennan's team. They lost 0-1 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse, losing to your favorite team or his brother's favorite team.
Right, which is the same team. Yeah, I saw Sam making some comments on those boards today, too. He was in there. Stupid RSL. You just, you got to have the voice of Sam to
yeah,
really
we need to figure out a way to get him on. He is hilarious.
Yeah, he's great.
So,
well, maybe we'll have him on yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. That's how he says yesterday.
Yeah,
it's fun. He's a fun dude. Anyway.
All right. Thanks for listening. Also, remember, please follow us wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe, rate us, give us 5 stars because you like us.
Or if you don't like us, maybe give us 5 stars and say you're the best there is, but do better.
Yeah. Yeah. For you guys, it's a 5. Just say, hey, give them 5 stars out of 20.
Yeah, it's 5 out of 20. But still give us 5 stars.
Yeah, that's how it works. Follow, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe.
And come to the riot next week.
Yeah.
Hit us up, man. Minnesota's in town. They're on 47 points. They overtook Vancouver, who last second tied a really bad Houston team. And they're below us in the standings. But, they scored a banger at the last minute to draw even.
And if we see you, let us ask you some questions. We've been putting the interviews up on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. That's been going great. We love to talk with you guys and ask you questions and find out your thoughts on the team. And maybe a little more positive than I am this week. Usually I'm Pollyanna, but I'm negative Nelly today. Yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, better you than me.
All right. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
See ya.